Good morning to all. I am Dr. Shailaja, Assistant Professor of Botany, Government Degree College, Kuppam, Chittoor District, Andhra Pradesh. Today, we are going to discuss about permanent tissues. In that simple permanent tissues, before going to the subject, we'll know about the learning objectives of the present slide. What is meant by simple permanent tissues? Different types of simple permanent tissues. What are the characteristics of parenchyma? Different types of parenchymatous cells. In that, chlorenchyma and erenchyma. And coming to the functions, what are the functions of the parenchyma cells? Now we'll see about what is meant by simple permanent tissues. That is definition of a simple permanent tissues. Here the tissues are composed of single types of cells. That means all the cells are same in size, structure and shape. Coming to the types. In this simple permanent tissues, we can see three types of tissue systems, that is parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. In that first we are going to learn about parenchyma. What is meant by an parenchyma? In the slide you can see that these cells are very simple in size, structure and functioning. And here you can see the cells are larger in size, which is filled with water, and also you can see here an prominent nucleus. See, you can observe here that there are in the cells in between, you can see in the middle of the cells you can see nucleus. And coming to the cells are thin-walled cells. The cells are thin-walled cells. The cell wall mainly composed of cellulose. The cell wall is mainly composed of cellulose. Because of cellulose deposition, the cells are easily break up. That means if you take in a section, the cells you can easily take in a section cutting. And also here there is no lignin deposition. There is no lignin deposition. Lignin means cement-like substances is not present. So that when you take section cutting, these cells will become very easy to take section cuttings. Coming to the characteristics of these cells, that is parenchymatous cells. The cells are same in size, shape and structure. So it is undifferentiated. All the cells are undifferentiated. And also these cells are the least specialized cells in simple permanent tissues. That means here you cannot see so many specializations when you compare with the collenchyma and sclerenchyma cells. The other two types, when you compare with other two types, these cells are very simple and specialized simple permanent tissues. Mainly the occurrence of these parenchyma cells you can see in the ground tissues of the either stem, root or the leaf. When you see the section cuttings, these parenchymatous cells occupies the ground tissues. And also these parenchymatous you can see in the vascular bundles like xylem and phloem. You can see in xylem and phloem. Coming to the origin, if you see the origin of this parenchyma, these parenchyma are originated from the meristems in cortex and vascular cambium in vascular bundles. The origin you can see from the meristems in cortex as well as in vascular cambium from vascular bundles. Vascular bundle means we know that xylem and phloem. Xylem is functioning for the conduction of water, whereas the phloem is useful for the preparation of food or conduction of food materials in plants. Coming to the types of parenchyma, when you see this parenchyma, the parenchymas are basically classified into 7 types. Basically, the parenchyma cells are classified into 7 types based on the function and structure. Coming to the first type, we will see all the types first. The first one is chlorenchyma, second one is erenchyma, third one is prosenchyma, fourth one is vascular parenchyma, fifth one is medullary parenchyma, and sixth one is conjugative parenchyma, and the seventh one is armed parenchyma. Let us see one by one. If you see in this slide, you can see that in the section cutting of cortex, of a stem, you can see that in the cortex, you can see green color like substances are present in the cortex of the stem. In the next diagram, you can see here, it is in a section cutting of leaf where you can see this is the mesophyll region. This is the mesophyll region. In this mesophyll region, you can see green like substances or green like structures are, you can see that these structures are called as a chloroplast. These structures are called as chloroplast. The main character of this chlorenchyma is the parenchyma cells with the chloroplast. The parenchyma is with the chloroplast. That means here you can see that the green color pigments is called as chloroplast. In this, due to this chloroplast only, you can see that these parenchyma are green in color. Usually if you see in a leaf, it is present in mesophyll, and in the stem, that is in younger stem, you can see in the cortex. And also these cells, if you see the structure of these cells, you can see here the cells are having much intercellular spaces, between one cell to the other cell, between one cell to the other cell. Coming to the function, if you see the function of these chlorenchyma, the function is to undergo photosynthesis. What is the function of photosynthesis? Means preparation of food materials in the plants. Coming to the next cell, that is next type of parenchyma is called as Arran parenchyma. Arran parenchyma. The name itself indicates that these cells are filled with air. Parenchyma cells means the name itself indicates that these cells are filled with air. Coming to the characters, what are the character of this parenchyma means? The parenchyma cells are filled with plenty of intercellular spaces. See here, you can see here the intercellular spaces are much between one cell to the other cell, and also these intercellular spaces appear as a large air cavities. See here, you can see the yellow color indicates that the arrow marks yellow color indicates that large parenchyma, that is large air cavities in the parenchyma cells. Here also you can see that the cells are enlarged and larger in size, and also it is filled with air. And then this character is usually seen in water plants or aquatic plants. Water plants are aquatic plants. The main character of this aquatic plants is to float in the water. Due to this parenchyma cells, the plants floats in water. Due to this, the presence of the air in aquatic plants, the plants floats in water. This process is known as buoyancy. Example you can see in Pistia, Eichhornia, etc. And also these parenchyma cells are also useful in storage of respiratory gases. And when the plant requires it takes this respiratory gases to the plants. So this is the main function of the parenchyma cells. Coming to the third one is called as prosenchyma. Here you can see that these cells are elongated. When you compare with the chlorenchyma and the parenchyma, these cells are longer in size with the narrow edges. That means the tips are pointed. Basically, these prosenchyma cells are present in vascular tissues of plants. These types of prosenchyma is present in vascular tissues of plants. Vascular tissues means both in a xylem as well as in phloem. That is the main function of prosenchyma. Coming to the fourth one is called as vascular parenchyma. The name itself indicates that these type of parenchymas are present in vascular bundles of plants. Coming to the function of these vascular parenchyma is to nourishment. Nourishment means, already I told you that these are helpful in both the conduction of water as well as the food materials. Water is conducted by xylem, food is conducted by phloem. So mainly this vascular parenchyma is used for nourishment in the plants. And also these parenchyma is useful in storage of eragastic substances, and coming to the place or where it is present in the section of both in root as well as stem. You can see in axial parenchyma or as well as ray parenchyma. Both these you can see in axial as well as ray parenchyma. Coming to these vascular parenchyma is used in the formation of tylosis. Used in the formation of tylosis in heartwood of plants. These are useful for the formation of tylosis in heartwood of plants. This is the main function of vascular. And also here you can see that these cells are radially elongated cells with very thin walls. And second one is these cells are mainly used for the conduction of water and minerals from outside to the inside of the plant body. And also these cells are used for mainly storage of starch grains. Starch grains means we know that the food is deposited in the plants in the form of starch grains, oils, fats, proteins, etc. So the main function of these medullary parenchyma is to store the starch grains. Coming to the sixth one is called as conjugative parenchyma. Coming to the sixth one is called as conjugative parenchyma. These conjugative parenchyma means you can see that in the case of vascular bundles, from one vascular bundle to the other vascular bundles, you can see that there will be a gap in the case of primary section cuttings. That means in the development, you can't see a cambium is present. When this cambium is present, when cambium starts to grow, it joins one vascular bundles with the other vascular bundles. So then these parenchymas are known as conjugative parenchyma. Then this parenchyma is called as conjugative parenchyma. These conjugative parenchymas are basically seen in the steels of roots in all the plants. Seen in the roots of all the plants. In the case of monocots, this conjugative tissue becomes sclerenchymatous in nature. In the case of monocots, this conjugative tissue becomes sclerenchymatous in nature. What is meant by sclerenchymatous nature? That means these cells becomes hard in nature due to the deposition of lignin-like substances. Then these cells are become dead in nature. So these cells are called as sclerenchymatous cells. In the case of monocots, when it after the formation of conjugative tissues, these conjugative parenchyma will form into the sclerenchymatous cells. So here this star-shaped parenchymatous cells are with many spiny projections to the interior of these cells. That means these arm parenchymas are formed in the shape of star shape, and if you see on the the edges, that means the star shapes looks like spiny projections towards the inner side of the cells. And then these armed parenchymas are found in mesophyll cells of gymnosperms. In the case of leaves, you can see mesophyll cells are mainly seen in leaf. So you can see in the case of gymnosperms, these cells are seen in mesophyll of leaf. Example, you can see netum in the case of gymnosperms. Netum leaf, or even you can see in pinus, you can see the pinus leaf is called as a needle. So in this needle you can see this mesophyll cells. Coming to the parenchyma, when this parenchyma are if you take the section cutting, that is they are taken cross section, you can see two types of parenchymas are present. The first one is called as angular parenchyma, second one is called as circular parenchyma. First one is called as a angular parenchyma and second one is called as circular parenchyma. See, this angular parenchyma, these cells are angular and polygonal in structure. That means if you see here in this diagram, you can see that the cells are polygonal in shape with more number of air spaces, and also you can see that these cells are compactly arranged. These cells are compactly arranged without intercellular spaces. So this is the main character of angular parenchyma. In this diagram you can see very nicely. And then coming to the next one is called as a next slide. Next is called as conjugative parenchyma. And then if you see the functions of a parenchyma, here you can see in this slide you can see that the first function of this parenchyma is it forms the fundamental ground tissue system in all the plants. That means if you see the if you take a section cutting in the ground plan, you can see the complete parenchymatous cells, completely parenchymatous in the parenchymatous tissue in the case of pith region. That is called as a ground tissue system. And then this parenchyma is mainly used in the storage of food materials. See here in this case you can see this arrow marks indicates that the cells are filled with the starch, protein, fats and oils. Starch, proteins, oils and fat. So that these parenchyma cells are used mainly in the storage of water and food materials. In the case of chlorenchyma, before only we have discussed that these chlorenchyma is used for the synthesis of food materials, and that process is known as photosynthesis. Coming to the next character, that is next function, parenchyma, we have already discussed that parenchyma is usually gives the plants to float in water, and that process is known as buoyancy. And coming to the next storage is these parenchymal cells are also useful for the storage of ergastic substances. And then in case of secondary formation of wood, you can see the formation of tyloses. And in all the meristematic cells, these parenchymatous cells are these meristematic cells and parenchymatous cells is used for the formation of simple tissues. And if you see in the secondary meristems, you can easily differentiate between the primary and secondary vascular tissues. And this is the end of this slide. Thank you.